Hello, everyone. It's Stephanie Ponteau, and welcome back to English class. I'm so happy that you joined me today to continue English class. This is the Vision Church Level 2 class. My contact information. This is the class for Wednesday, May 20th, and this is part 1 of today's class. And in this class, we're going to continue on in Unit 9. We are continuing Lesson D, where we're talking about home problems. Now, home problems are things that happen at home that break down, right? It's things at home that can break down. And in our last lesson, we looked at Stella. Remember Stella in the kitchen and all the problems she had at home? Yes, so Stella had lots of problems going on. And what we want to accomplish in Lesson D, we did Lesson D in the last class, and we're going to finish up Lesson D in this class. And Lesson D is all about home problems. Okay, so what we did in the last class on page 116, we read and we understood the notice about building problems. So we did that already. And it says know if new words are positive or negative. We did that when we read Stella's notice to the other tenants about the problems. We figured out how to decide if words are positive or negative using clues from other words nearby. So we did that. Now, the other thing that we're supposed to do in Lesson D is to learn new vocabulary for home problems. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to learn some new vocabulary words for home problems. And home problems, that the home problems we're talking about are things that can break down. Now, we can have other home problems where we're having an argument with our husband or we're having problems with our children's behavior, right? Those are home problems too. But we're not talking about those home problems. We're talking about the physical building called home, okay? But we do have other problems, I tell you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. And so in this lesson, go ahead and turn to page 117 in your student book, and you see a group of 9 pictures of some problems that you can have at home, right? Okay, so let's go through the words in the word dictionary first. Let's just pronounce those words. Okay, so what we're going to do though, for lesson A, we're going to write the words in the picture dictionary to match the picture, and then we'll go on to exercise B. So let's just read the words first. And here is our word bank right there. Okay, all right, so the first one is bent. And when something is bent, it's like the shape is messed up like this. If I were to bend this to where it was stuck in a different position, it would be bent. All right, the next word is broken, then burned out in the second column. Below that is cracked, dripping, then jammed. The next column, scratched. The next column, below scratch is stained and torn. So now, if there are any of these words that you're not sure what they mean, when we match it to the picture, then you'll know, and these will be the new vocabulary words for home problems that we will learn in today's lesson, okay? All right, so let's look at picture number 1. They have done it for us. Picture number 1, broken. And what is broken there in that picture? A window. It's a broken window, okay? Picture number 2, what's happening there? Dripping, yes. The faucet is dripping. And when something is dripping, it means you've tried to turn the water all the way off, but there's still a little bit of water coming out. So that is dripping. If the water is coming out full force like it's supposed to, that's not dripping. The faucet is on. If the water just a little bit is coming out, the faucet is dripping. Okay, picture 3. Yes, the chair is torn. All right, so write torn under number 3, T-O-R-N. Picture 4. I don't know if that's a floor or a wall, but what's wrong with it? Yes, it's scratched. Scratched. It's like if you get a piece of glass and you scrub it across your wood floor at home, you're going to scratch it, and you don't want that. All right, so scratched for number 4. Number 5, bent. That chair is bent, meaning it's in a shape that it's not supposed to be in. Okay? All right, number 6, burned out. Now, if you look at that picture, there is 3 lights on, but you can see how wide the space is between the first and second light. You see, there's supposed to be a light there. So that light is burned out. So when your light bulbs at home stop working, they won't come on, they won't light up anymore. That means they are burned out. Okay? All right, number 7, cracked. I bet everybody probably already knows that word, right? That's probably not a new one for you. Cracked. Just like you crack an egg. All right, number 8. What's going on in that picture? Yes, stained. The carpet is stained because it looks like someone dropped a cup of coffee on it, right? So stained for number 8. And number 9, jammed. The window is jammed. And when you say something is jammed, that means that it won't move like it's supposed to. Like my front door gets jammed all the time. I really need a new lock. I'd love to get a new front door, but that's not in the budget. But I do need to get a new lock, because when we open it with the key, you have to pull on the door and push it to get it to open. So my front door gets jammed a lot because I need a new lock. So that's what it means. So in the picture, looks like his window is jammed. So I have a jammed window at home too. So when you unlock a window, you're supposed to be able to pull it right up. And if it's jammed, sometimes windows are jammed because someone painted around the window frame, and they painted the wood across the top where the lock is. And so sometimes the paint causes the window to be jammed. And many times we can fix that ourselves. You just go across it with a blade and cut the paint that's dried. Okay, so in that picture, the window is jammed, meaning it's hard to open. All right, so now what we're going to do, something that we've learned in some much earlier lessons, we are going to practice with knowing how many syllables are in a word. So I'm going to make a chart on the board here. Where's my pen? Oh, here it is. All right, and actually I'm going to erase all of this because I can check this off too. Everything that we were supposed to do for lesson D, we've completed. Because right now we have learned the new vocabulary words for home problems, and we're practicing with those words. Okay, so I'm going to erase this to make room for the T chart. All right. So this is our T chart, and we're going to put the words up here on each side of the chart. 1 syllable words, and then 2 syllable words. So this is just practice so you'll know how to pronounce our new home problem vocabulary words. Okay, so the first one, well, let's look in the word bank here. First word is bent. That's a one syllable word. So we're going to write it over here, bent. The next word, broken. How many syllables is that? Broken. Yes, that's two syllables. So broken goes over here. All right, next word, burned out. So each word is one syllable, but that phrase together is two syllables. So we'll put it over here. Burned out. Okay, what's the next one? Cracked. I cracked an egg this morning before I fried it. Now, if you're going to boil an egg, you don't need to crack it, right? You just put it in the pot of water and let it boil. And now when it's done, it will crack on its own, right? My eggs almost always crack when I'm boiling them. So cracked, how many syllables? It's just crack. It's a one syllable word. Because you don't say cracked it. It's just cracked. So that's one syllable. All right, next word, dripping. Dripping. Two syllables. All right, next word, jammed. How many syllables? Jammed. One syllable. Because you don't need to put emphasis on that ed at the end. You don't say jammed it. It's just jammed. All right. So jammed is a one syllable word. Next one, scratched. Scratched. One syllable. Because you don't say scratched it. It's just scratched. Okay. Next word, stained. One syllable. You just clap once. Stained. So clapping is a good way to decide how many syllables are in a word. And then torn. One syllable. All right, so that's our practice with that. All right, so that's exercise A. We match the new home problems vocabulary words with the picture. All right, let's see. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go on to exercise 4B, and it says, talk with a partner. Guess who your partner is going to be today? Any idea who your partner is going to be today? Me again. I hope that's okay. So, until we can get back to class, I will be your partner. All right, so talk with a partner, change the bold words, and make conversations. Now, this is where we get to do a little bit more practice with making polite requests, right? So let me just remind you of some of the words that you can use to make polite requests. So I'm going to erase our new vocabulary words. These are all probably pretty easy for you. All right, so remember that back in an earlier lesson when we were practicing making polite requests, you could use could, can, will, or would. And then at the end of that request, what's the magic word that you should say? Please. Yes, please is the magic word to get people to do things. It will make it just makes people want to help. So you can make your polite request using could, can, will, would, and end it with the word please. All right, so let's do our little conversation here. Person A, what's the problem? My window is broken. Could you fix it, please? Sure, I'll try. Now see, she said, please. That person said, sure. When you say please, it's hard for people to say no to you. And it's polite. It's the right thing to do. Okay, so let's go to picture number 2. What's the problem? My faucet is dripping. Can you fix it, please? Sure, I'll try. And fix and repair mean the same thing. So you can say, can you fix it or can you repair it? Okay? Fix is just a quick way to say it because it's one syllable. Quick. Fix. Repair, that's 2 syllables. It's more work to say that. But they mean the same thing. Okay, picture number 3. What's the problem? My chair is torn. Can you fix it, please? No, not today, but I'll fix it tomorrow. Picture 4. What's the problem? The floor is scratched. Will you fix it, please? Sure. I have some scratch removal cream on. I'll try it for you. Picture 5. What's the problem? My chair is bent. I can't sit in it. Will you fix it, please? That chair can't be fixed. You need to buy a new chair. So I'm sorry, I can't fix that. And that's okay to say. Sometimes things can't be fixed. They have to be replaced. Okay? When you replace something, it means you get a new one. And that chair needs to be replaced. Okay? All right, picture 6. What's the problem? The light burned out. Can you replace it, please? Sure. I have an extra one in the closet. Picture 7. What's the problem? The wall outside is cracked. Could you fix it, please? Sure. I'll have to call a brick mason, but I'll send him tomorrow. And not everyone can fix a crack in a brick wall. The people who work with bricks are called brick masons. So you need a brick mason to fix a problem like that, okay? Picture number 8. What's the problem? I dropped my coffee and the carpet is stained. Could you clean it, please? So you wouldn't really fix or repair that. You just need to clean something like that. When you have a stain, you need to clean it, not fix it. Sure, I'll rent a carpet cleaner and come tomorrow. And picture 9. What's the problem? The window is jammed. I can't open it. Would you fix it, please? Sure, I'll try. Okay, so we practiced using all of our new vocabulary words for home problems. Let's see. And I think we have gone through everything that we need for this lesson. Let me check one more thing. Yep. So that is the end of our lesson for today, Wednesday, May 20th. This is part 1, and I will see you in the next lesson. Stay safe and make sure you put your mask on if you leave the house, okay? All right, take care. Bye. See you in the next lesson.